And
welcome.
Right. Listen,
We
man.
here, baby.
It's the Free GEMS Podcast, episode 71.
71,
You know what I'm saying?
71.
Jid Jeezy's here. K Cinco is here.
In the building,
You know what I'm saying? It's actually 4th of July. We shooting this episode a little late right now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Happy 4th and all that.
Happy 4th, you know what I'm saying? Some people, I remember 4th of July got canceled a couple years ago. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm surprised to hear you say Happy 4th.
No, I was very condescending to me. But.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I caught you slipping just now. Because listen, I ain't gonna lie. Pandemic, 4th of July was canceled. Niggas was not trying to throw no barbecues. Niggas wasn't trying to let off no fireworks. Fast forward 2023.
Day off.
Niggas is outside. I ain't gonna lie. Niggas is excited about 4th of July. Niggas is going to barbecues. Niggas is doing all that. You feel me? Rather you see that. What you got planned today? You got plans today? You had plans. If there were plans, you was going. Look. It's fucked up because it's true. I'll be outside too, but it's raining. You know what I'm saying? It's an ugly day right now.
It's a gloomy 4th.
Yeah, gloomy ass.
America
4th.
birthday, America, baby, America.
America.
Woo!
Listen, I mean, shit. While we get into divisive topics, you just brought up something right before we got on camera, and you was talking about affirmative action, and
yeah.
I want you to elaborate on because I mean, I kind of know what it is, but I know you really know what it is. You probably know the date it was instated, all that good shit. So let's get into it because it's been making it's been making a lot of noise on social media about everything going on with affirmative action recently.
So, yeah, for affirmative action, it's taken many forms over the years.
Right.
And the form that we use, now for affirmative action is a certain percentage of college admissions, as well as certain job opportunities and stuff have to be, they section a certain percentage off for minority students. Mm-hmm. And recently, they have voted to end affirmative action. Wow. Citing that it was racist against white students and Asian American students. That they were getting accepted over minority kids who normally would have gotten that seat. So
basically, it's like when these jobs in these schools, they reserve a certain amount of space just for minorities. So what I've been hearing is a lot of times is that sometimes they'll take an underqualified minority, even though everybody who gets qualified. If you qualify, you qualify.
Yeah, you qualify.
But there might be, let's say, a white student or something that might be a little bit more qualified, but due to the fact that the limited amount of space, affirmative action makes it they have to take the minority. Correct. Okay. Yeah, that's what I kind of understood from it before.
So with that being said, I want to ask you your thoughts, and then I'm gonna follow up. What are your thoughts about them ending affirmative action? Do you think that they have a merit of it being racist? Do you think it was a good practice, or how do you feel about this whole situation?
I think it was necessary for sure as a good practice. Like I think it was definitely necessary because without it, there was a lot of people who never got the opportunity. Period. Like, and even though it feels kind of like it feels like they're forcing it. It's like that was the only way we was gonna get in the door. So it's like it was definitely necessary because then it shows people, these students are able to come in and shine and go to the top of these institutions. I also feel like I feel this ending affirmative action and saying that they feel like it's racist towards the white and Asian students is giving white lives matter. I'm not going. It's giving blue lives matter. Like, am I bugging? Like, what you mean is racist? What you mean it's racist? That's like when people were saying Black Lives Matter was a racist thing. It's like, no, it's not. It's shining light on something that clearly needs the light shined on it because these people are falling victim to a certain situation, and it's like now they're saying that it was racist to have affirmative action. I'm a little confused. Not gonna lie. I see what they just did. They just pulled the function. They just pulled the Uno card out their back pocket. Gaslighting. Yeah, like what the fuck? What you mean it's racist to be not racist? I thought that was the whole point of affirmative action is to be unracist. Like, I'm confused. But I mean, you tell me what you think about the whole situation.
So for me, it's a lot to unpack. Mm-hmm. But for me, I want to go back to the beginning to why affirmative action was put in place in the first place.
Oh yeah, we need the history. This is what you're here for. It's perfect. It's exactly what you're here for.
But in reality, what affirmative action did is it put makeup on a situation where the patient needed reconstructive surgery.
Ding, 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 ding. That's a bar.
They put makeup on a situation when the black community needed a whole facelift.
That's tough.
They put it in The question is, why was affirmative action necessary in the first place?
Right.
They didn't actually address the reason why they needed affirmative action. They just put it in place, and then they always circled back to, oh, there's affirmative action. There's affirmative action. It never actually addressed the issues in the black community.
Right.
And we're in a situation where, listen, I'm all for self-accountability and pulling ourselves out of a situation, but guess what? We never put ourselves in the situation. We're looking at the effect, but we never talk about the cause.
Right.
We never talk about
we look
the cause.
past it. We try to look past it.
We want to blame the flower for not blooming, but never look at the roots. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And
soil, right.
No, and all you got to do when you talk about the black community, all you got to do is keep asking the question why, and you'll get deeper and dig. Keep digging deeper.
Yeah, why is this?
Why?
Why is that?
Why are there hoods? Who put us in the hoods? Why are there drugs in the streets? Who put drugs in the streets? Why is education the worst? What are the reasons? Why?
Why don't they have the budgets? Why don't they?
Just keep undigging and keep digging. Guess what? You'll find the gold. You'll find the answer you're looking for.
Right.
So I think what affirmative action did was, I'll think about a plot of land.
Right.
Crops. I'm gonna use the analogy I just used.
Right.
Crops, right? And in that plot of land, you give these plants or flowers, they're malnourished. You don't give them what they need in order to bloom properly, right? And then as time goes past, the anomalies that do bloom, you dig them out the ground and move them somewhere else. You don't address the problem of everyone else. What about all the other flowers that didn't bloom? You're just gonna take the few bright ones in the community that do well, that test well, that look like they can exceed, and take them out, but never address the bigger problem. I think that's what affirmative action did.
Damn, that was
It allowed them to address the problem without actually addressing the problem.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Wow, that was deep.
Seriously.
No, I know. I'm bringing out the analogy you just made. Like, damn, that was deep.
Yeah, I think
You're
that's
right.
it allowed them to address the problem without actually addressing the actual problem, and the reason why affirmative action was necessary, and the reason why we have great people who did great things because of affirmative action. Michelle Obama was affirmative action. Even Uncle Thomas Clarence, who sits on the Supreme Court now, he replaced Thurgood Marshall.
Oh, wow.
He was affirmative action hire.
My son's name is Thurgood. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Thurgood is crazy. You got to be 105 for your name to be Thurgood.
But yeah, I don't want to harp too much on it. But I think
no. By all means, shit, we got to unravel this. This is
if we want to talk about it, let's talk about it. So so let's bring it back to civil rights in the 60s, right?
Okay.
After Lyndon B. Johnson's Civil Rights Act, you can no longer discriminate versus race. America in the preceding decades has did everything to put the black community back, set the black community back decades and decades, and stifle their progress. For example, before the 70s or whatever, there were two-parent households.
right.
Even through after the Civil War, after Reconstruction, during all of Jim Crow, there was a black family unit.
Right.
Nowadays, it's around two thirds of black kids grow up in single-parent households. Think about that. I think it's around 2/3.
2/3 is fucking wicked.
So normalized. So it's so normalized. It's to the point where if you have two parents in certain neighborhoods,
it's a shock.
It's a shock. And we sit back and turn around and say, why is it that all these problems occur? And after the 60s is when these problems started occurring. 1971, we got the war on drugs. War on drugs happened in 1971.
Right. Heroin was ravaging through the
black communities. I got a riddle for you. What's the difference between the war on drugs and the opioid crisis?
The war on drugs and the opioid crisis. One was black people being affected. The other one was white people being affected.
Bingo.
Ding.
Bingo.
I'm outside. You heard?
Bingo.
Yes, sir.
That's the only difference.
Damn.
Because it's all the position, how you position it.
Right.
Oh, there's drugs in our streets. There's a war on drugs. We have to get these drug dealers. Rather than there are people on drugs that need help. that there's a problem in the black communities.
Yeah.
Versus,
you can't have an opioid crisis without somebody selling them opioids, but it's not a war on opioids.
It's not a war on opioids. It's all the spin. It's all the angle. Oh, opioid crisis.
Bro.
All these white kids.
The verbiage is so critical,
all verbiage,
bro.
and all how you approach it. All these white kids are all, oh my gosh, these white communities are being flooded with prescription drugs. There's all these addicts, but we're not talking about the dealers.
Yeah.
It's the war on drugs versus the opioid crisis.
Yeah, you know what's crazy too? It's similar to how like when crack got introduced and they realized
I was gonna get to that next.
Well, like I remember like I hear a lot of stories and I watch a lot of interviews and they talk about like at first getting caught with cocaine wasn't the biggest deal. Like yeah, you might do a couple years. You know what I'm saying? You can get caught with a half ounce of cocaine. You know however much that costs. It's a lot of money. But you can get caught with a half ounce of cocaine. You might do a couple years, get some probation time, be out of there. Cool. You get caught once the laws on crack got stronger. They made it, I believe, anything after 3 grams was like a 10-year sentence, minimum, like minimum. And if you don't know 3 grams, we're talking about maybe $100, $150 worth of crack will get you 10 years of jail. Same drug. All you did was actually make it. Oh yeah, all you did was cook it up, do whatever. I don't know the recipe. You know what I'm saying? But all you did was mix a little bit something to it, and now you're gonna get 3-4 times the amount. Why? Because crack was really only in the black communities.
Ding, ding, ding. Follow the timeline. 71, war on drugs. They dumped crack in the 80s into our communities.
Yeah.
I mentioned before, Gary Webb, investigative journalist out in California.
Yeah.
He came out with an article that said that the DEA and the FBI and the CIA worked with the cartels to flood black America with drugs. And what happened to Gary Webb?
Got wet up.
Oh, no. Suicide. Even though he had 2 different bullet holes. The first one, I guess he didn't kill himself, so he killed himself on the second one.
Right, yeah.
You know? so that came out. So we have the 70s, the war on drugs. 80s, they flood our streets with drugs.
Right.
And then in the 90s, your boy Bill Clinton crime bill, mandatory minutes.
Right.
Yep. From the 60s,
let's give these niggas life.
So from the 60s, we had we had a family unit, and then the preceding decades did everything to break them apart. Not to flood the streets with drugs, to criminalize. And basically they created an environment where crime will prosper.
Right.
You know, they created an environment for it. Think about the crops, malnourished crops. You didn't give you only gave them 2 hours of sunlight a day, thinking that's gonna do something. And then we want to look at that field of crops compared to the other field of crops. Wow, that field of crops is horrible.
Yeah.
But we look at the effect, but we never look at the cause.
Yeah.
And then we use affirmative action. We pick the good crops out of it, and then remove them from the situation. But that doesn't help everyone else.
Right.
So that's basically what affirmative action did.
That's deep. And then when I was referring to it being similar to the crack and how they put such strong laws against crack specifically, not cocaine, but specifically against crack. It's like now they're doing that with fentanyl though. Like now, if you get caught selling, like let's say you're a perk dealer, you know, the average perk dealer, if you get caught with one of them pills and they kind of find out that shit has fentanyl, they're going in your phone, they're seeing everybody you've served, they're checking if any of those people have passed, and they're hitting you with murders, bro. It's real. Like the dude that sold Mac Miller the pills that ultimately killed him, he got hit with murder.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, he's doing like 15 plus. Like it's not R.I.P. Mac Miller, but I mean it's kind of fucked up though. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? This is going away kind of from the affirmative action. Just the thought of like, damn, like this person hit me up to take these drugs. Now I'm getting hit with murder. I might have not known this was fentanyl. I might have known it was fentanyl. Yeah. These are all chances you're taking. I'm not saying that it's okay to be out there selling fentanyl. Of course not. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's been affected horribly. Almost everybody knows somebody that's been affected by fentanyl. If you don't know that person directly, like I personally, we've lost friends that died from fentanyl.
Yeah. You know, so I've lost family members that died from fentanyl.
It's been very real. So it's like it's crazy to just see how they're doing this, because I've seen situations 10 years ago where like I remember during the Future, when Future had everybody popping fucking perks and mollies and shit. Yo, bro, people were popping pills by the 5-10s a day, and nobody was dying.
No.
Nobody was dying in 2015, 2016. Like if you died off pills, that would normally it meant that you was mixing
overdose.
it. You overdosed because you was mixing or doing something. There's people taking their first hit of fent and dying on spot. Like it's fucking crazy.
And that's the reason why personally I think everything should be legalized. But that's another question.
Yeah, I remember we definitely had brought that up and how that it lowers the death rates when you just legalize everything.
Just like bootlegging in the 30s.
Right.
Bootlegging in the 30s when alcohol was legal, you know what you were getting.
Yeah.
Now you know exactly what you're getting.
You know what too? When alcohol was illegal, crime was at a fucking all-time high in the 30s. When you got people like Al Capone and the Kennedys and everybody else that was going crazy. Like people who don't know, shout out to the Kennedys, but let's not forget. Like, it was like they came up off drug dealing, gang. You know what I'm saying?
They
like
really did.
It's like if Big Meech came out of jail in 20 years and started running for president. It's essentially what happened with the Kennedys. Like shout out to JFK, but like it is what it is. Like it came up from that, and then we look at other people that are trying to come up in politics and just trying to come up in life or trying to do good after fucking up in the past, and we're so quick to judge them, be like, oh, that guy was a drug dealer, oh, that guy did this and that 30 years ago. It's like, hey man,
that's more of a reason.
Like, do we forget like every president in the 1700s, 1800s came from slave owners, 1900s came from slave owners? Like it's kind of crazy that we look at things in such a different light without realizing like, oh, these people were criminals too. Like it ain't no different.
And going back to affirmative action thing, so it is getting messy because now Harvard and a lot of other prestigious institutions being sued because over 30% of their admissions are legacies.
Right.
Legacies, donors.
Right. Meaning that their parents or their brother or somebody went there as a family member and now they're getting in.
So now are you taking up a seat as somebody else that's more qualified? Ooh. So now you're opening up another whole other avenue. Ooh, are you getting in just because who your parents know? Are you getting in just because they bought this wing to school? Yeah. Do you deserve to be in? So now it's opened up all the Pandora's box. But I think in general, affirmative action It didn't actually address. It was necessary, but it was a way where they addressed the issue without actually uncovering and addressing the issue. They put a Band-Aid over it. Yeah. Instead of something that actually needed reconstruction. So that's my whole take on it, and it's it's unfortunate and it's getting crazy now in general. Did you also hear about the Supreme Court just decided that if you're a sole proprietor, you are allowed to deny service based off your beliefs. Oh wow! So the case that took all the way up to the Supreme Court was a baker didn't want to make bake a cake for a gay couple. Oh wow! Yep, and you're allowed to discriminate. That's sole proprietorship based on creativity. That's how it starts. That's how it starts. It's a sole proprietorship based off your creativity. That's how it starts.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna lie though. I'm the one to be like, man, listen, if this nigga don't want to make my cake, fuck him. No. Let's bomb him on Facebook and tell him to eat a dick.
That's what I think too. Like, why would I give that person my money? It's the whole idea, the fact that they can.
Right, the principle of it too.
It's the principality of it, Smokey. Like, you feel me? Like,
you're right. No, 100%, man. I don't know, man. We're going in some weird directions in this world. I don't know what's going on for real. Like, that's what makes it so weird. Because it's like, man, it's like we take 10 steps forward to then take 20 steps back. And then I feel like we left in the dark again. And then we got to just figure out what's going to happen from here on next. What's going to be the next step? You know what I mean? Because like Bush was a hell of an era. You know what I'm saying? Like Clinton and Bush, those are a hell of an eras. And then we get Obama. And then it was like, oh shit, wait a minute. And then we get Trump. And it's like, what the fuck just happened? And then we think, all right, let's bounce back. We get Sleepy Joe. And shit just starts going to hell. It's like, yo, bro, what is going on? What's the next step?
No, what's the next step?
You know what I'm saying? The next step should be Kanye for president 2024. I'm trying to tell you. He hates when I talk about Kanye.
Get him out of here. You probably vote for him too.
No, I wouldn't, just because I'm probably not gonna make the effort to get up and go vote. So no, I wouldn't go vote for him. I don't think I would vote for I definitely would post like I voted though, for sure. I'm definitely gonna act like I did. I'm like, yo, everybody go vote
for the blog.
Yeah, for the blog. Come on, bro, it's the internet. We gotta do it for the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, yeah, go vote for You know what I'm saying? But at this point, bro, it's looking like, I don't know, man. It's looking crazy.
I don't subscribe to anyone. to any of the major parties personally.
Nah, I didn't even understand that. You could just create a political party.
Yeah,
like tomorrow.
No, you could. You could.
As long as you get some votes, you can get on the ballot. You can fuck around, make some noise, make some flyers.
And if you get a certain percentage of the vote, you get grants and stuff.
That's fucking crazy.
That's how it starts out from the ground roots, and I think that's the direction that we need to take personally, because I don't think, the Democratic Party has had our loyalty for decades and decades, and they haven't done anything.
Yeah.
They talk a good game, haven't produced anything. And then the Republicans only want to talk about them. We're not even going to get into that. But at the end of the day, like I keep saying, we don't fund our leaders, we don't fund our politicians, and we expect for them to do anything for us. So,
that is a fact. That is a fact.
We vote by default, and it's the lesser of the two evils, and it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
We get disrespected by both parties. Yeah. By, I don't know.
You definitely do just vote by popularity too, because it's like shit. I ain't gonna lie. When Obama was running for office, niggas didn't give a fuck what anybody was saying. Obama, we going with him. Like, it's going with Obama. I don't give a fuck what his views is. He could have said some wild shit. We don't give a fuck. It's lit, nigga. I'm voting for this motherfucker. Like, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
But
that's a fact. Man.
And that's why Kanye might end up really running for president and might really win. Listen, Trump was a fucking reality TV star. So, like, nothing is far-fetched no more, bro. Nothing will surprise me in 2023.
Nothing will ever surprise me.
Nothing will surprise me.
Nothing surprised me going forward.
Yeah.
I wasn't the biggest Obama fan, but I don't want to get into that.
Ooh, that's tough. Don't do that to Barry. Don't do that to Barry O. Listen, don't do that to Barry O. Barry O should have a shrine in every black household with a frame. He should be, you know what I'm saying? He's just, bro. He's a different level, bro. When I talk about like perfect humans, like motherfuckers like LeBron, I feel like when I think about like Barack, it's like, God, there ain't no fucking smut on his record.
No. He's had, and that's the thing. To be able to get that, he's had to.
Right.
He's had no blemishes.
Nothing.
He's been a perfect, outstanding as far as candidate, as far as personal life. Like if you go back, like you can't like
he ain't ever tweet no crazy shit. Like, He ain't ever been caught smoking a cigarette in front of the White House. Nothing. Not his kids ain't tripping. They are rolling out, chilling. You know what I'm saying? Doing Secret Service in the back. Niggas is grinding on Malia and like, come on. So that shit is crazy. But like they're like a perfect American family. Like they ain't never had no smut on their name. And I love the imagery that they portray since the minute that they've been
I love the imagery
in the limelight. You know what I'm saying?
Imagery, yes.
The imagery is crazy. And shout out to Obama, because a lot of people don't know, I lost my virginity because of Obama. You know what I'm saying? So me and Obama's like this. You know what I'm saying?
He's like because of Obama.
Nah, let me explain. I can explain. All right, so boom. All right, cool. Because it sounds far-fetched, but this shit is dead ass. All right, so boom. I'll never forget this shit. It was January 20th, I think, 2008, the day of the inauguration. Can't forget that, because the day of the inauguration. So, feel me? I remember niggas had a half day of school, you know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers, so half day of school because the inauguration, first black president, everybody like, yo, it's late. We taking half a day off. Fuck all this. So everybody's parents went to the inauguration. You feel me? Especially from where we from. We from Jersey, so we 3 hours away from DC. Of course, everybody, you know what I'm saying? If you black, you went to the inauguration. Especially if you over 40. You was at the inauguration just because it meant so much. You really saw from the 60s to then at that time, 2008, 60. Yeah, you would have been born in like 68, something like that. Yeah, so you seen the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? You watched the progress in the last 40 years and you're like, I'm going to the inauguration. So long story short, we end up going, me and my girlfriend at the time, I was 14, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to her though. But me and Shirley at the time, she had a whole like team of girls. They played ball and all that, you know what I'm saying? So we ended up sliding to one of her teammates' crib. You know what I'm saying? And she had the open crib for the day, so it's active. So long story short, we ended up going in there like 10 deep. We was probably like 8, 10 deep, like 5 couples. And we just turned that shit into a fuck fest in every room of that house. Everybody just had a portion. And yeah, it was an extremely awkward situation, but shout out to Obama, because I can never forget the inauguration, because not only was it the day we got our first black president, it was the day I lost my virginity. So shout out to Obama. You know what I'm saying?
That's a funny ass story, because I remember that.
Because I can never forget that. So Obama going to forever be my favorite president regardless. That. Anybody could have got inaugurated that day. I would never forget that day regardless. You know what I'm saying? I might get that tatted on me somewhere. Like, cause I remember being a kid, bro, losing like my virginity was like the biggest like task of my life. Like, like from the age of like 8 to when it happened, all I could think about every day was like, it would suck if I died a virgin, bro.
Yo,
Like, yo,
yeah,
God
like,
don't fuck with me if he let me die a
that,
virgin.
like-
That was like the most important thing ever in my life at that point. Like, not dying a virgin. I just could not die a virgin.
Yeah, I remember when that happened.
I'm like, yo, but please, God, just don't let me die a virgin. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, long story short, that was horrible, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Your first experience is supposed to be the worst experience. That shit was
bad.
That shit was hilariously bad. But you know what I'm saying? We got shit figured out a couple months later, some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta figure it out. That's funny.
Yeah, it was crazy. But another news, because we went so political and we were just talking about so much. Did you see the list of the top 100? Okay, it's rappers with the most top 10 hits on the Billboard Hot 100. Have you seen that list?
Yeah.
The list is crazy. Let me tell you why the list is crazy. I'm looking at a list of 15 people. The number one has 68 entries, and at the top 15, the last one has 10. I want you to guess, who do you think has the 68 entries in the top 100?
I already seen it.
You already seen it?
I already seen it. You just said it to me.
Yeah, you're right. I did. All right, so
but obvious, no.
Of course, it's obvious. Drizzy Drake Rogers. You know what I'm saying? Or Drake Drizzy Rogers, however you want to put it. The nigga Aubrey Graham is undefeated because
man.
second to him so Drake
20.
has 68. The next one up has 25. Drake's almost tripled that. By next album, Drake will have 75 entries.
Yo.
So think about that shit. And you know what's even crazier?
Yo, the thing about Drake is like, Drake has different eras. You feel me?
Literally, bro.
Different GOAT eras. Just
Literally.
like, yo, legit.
The 21-year-old Drake with the short cut and the no facial hair, just the mustache and the little then the beard
So
Drake,
far gone,
the thin beard Drake with the curly jufro, and then the full beard Drake with the braids.
And then with the heart in his head. Like,
yeah, the heart in the head.
That's what I'm saying. Yo. And then when you talk about him, it's like, what do you want? You want singing? You want singing? You want R&B?
You want house music?
You want house? You want
some trap shit? You want 21 Savage? We got that.
I'm saying, like,
yeah, nah. You want a Michael Jackson feature? We got that too.
The versatility, man,
bro, crazy. But what's even crazier about this list, though? Let me explain something. So number one is Drake, 68 entries. Number two, Lil Wayne, 25 entries. Number three, Nicki Minaj, 23 entries.
Oh.
All top three are Young Money.
Nah.
Are you kidding me?
Wayne did that.
Fuck Wayne. Birdman is rich as a bitch. What the fuck? Yo, bro, just between them, they got like 116 entries. Bro, 116?
Playboy.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Playboy.
Yo, bro, shout out to Birdman. We got to give a round of applause to Birdman, bro. When it comes to this music shit, bro, because Birdman was on Drink Champs and he explained, he was like, bro, I've sold 4 or 5 times more. I've sold 4 or 5 times more units than Jay-Z. And like people always try to compare, like Birdman's one of them ones. You talking about hundreds of millions of dollars worth of hundreds of $1 million worth man. Birdman's one of those few in the music industry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people are so quick to compare him to Jay-Z and Diddy and all that, but it's like people don't understand. Birdman only do music. Yeah. Like his fortune is built off pretty much just music. Of course, he has other investments and stuff, but it ain't Ciroc, it ain't Duce, it ain't Rock Nation Sports, it ain't that. True. Birdman is Birdman because of music. Now when people and we're talking about Drake, Nicki, and Lil Wayne, don't ever discredit Tiger. Don't ever forget what he did with Juvenile, what he did with the Hot Boys.
Manny Fresh,
all the beats, right? Everything.
Big Thomas,
and exactly, he had his own hits. Big Thomas, he got hits with R. Kelly and shit. People forget about. Like, let's not forget, Birdman is really one of them ones. He really is. And to have 3 out of the top 15, top three, not 3 out of them, the top 3 out of them. Like what? Bro, it's not even close. Jay-Z comes in 4th place on this list, though, with 22 entries. Birdman has 116, bro. He was not lying when he said, I've sold 5-10 times more units than this motherfucker, and people keep trying to compare us. Like, he's on a different level. That's a different level. And because he's so easy to just forget about. Cause like he was I remember when he had a resurgence with the whole Rich Gang shit.
Yeah, Rich Gang was a resurgence like 2013, 2012.
And let's not forget. Oh shit! I just thought about speaking on Rich Gang. Oh, we gotta talk about it.
What happened?
You didn't hear the news?
What happened, Rich Gang?
You didn't see what happened? The footage that leaked about Rich Homie Quan snitching on Young Thug?
No.
Ooh, it gets tricky.
I didn't see that at all.
YSL Rico case update. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. shit has gotten spooky. So if y'all remember Rich Gang, 2015, you know what I'm saying? 2014, 2015.
Lifestyle.
I done did shit just to live this shit lifestyle.
Live my life like a beginner. This beginning. Listen, lifestyle.
That album, listen, that album is a fucking classic. Front to back, it might have one or two bad songs out of like 11, 12. That shit, incredible album. Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug was a dynamic duo. They was looking like Shaq and Penny. It was like the two youngest niggas. Niggas like, yo, what is this? These niggas gonna get a championship any day now. It was crazy.
And that was dirty blonde hair Thug.
That was dirty blonde hair.
Nobody
teeth fucked up. Like,
no, they don't remember that Thug.
Musty ass Young Thug.
That was like Barter 6 Thug.
And niggas forget that was right before Barter 6. That was like a year before. That's what
I'm saying. Like
he was really the B side of that. Rich Homie Quan was the big artist.
Yeah, you're right.
Rich Homie Quan was that people thought was carrying the group name until they heard the music and they were like, wait a minute, this Young Thug guy is crazy. What is this? You know what I'm saying? Like that Rich Gang really took Young Thug over the hill because Rich Homie Quan was big, but was much bigger. He had some type of way. He had a couple songs. He had a couple big hits already.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? And so it comes out audio leak from 2015 of Rich Homie Quan speaking to a detective. And he's stating, because for people who don't know, Rich Homie Quan was signed to Think It's a Game, which is a record label that also owns the rights to YFN Lucci, Young Thug's top op. Young Thug right now, during his RICO case, is fighting a murder charge that alleges that he killed
Lucci's
manager, which is a dude from Atlanta called Peanut, aka Big Nut. Pause.
And he was actually in the on the tour bus film.
Yes,
he has all Rich Gang.
Yes,
he was in the tour bus film.
And that's what made it so crazy, because Young Thug even said it in his song. I'm the type to dap you up and slat you out. He said that right around that same time period. I forgot what song it was, but he literally said it. I'm the type to dap up your buddy and slat you out. And it's like, damn, it's kind of crazy because that's exactly what it was. He has a whole video, like you saw on tour bus, with Peanut, dapping him up, talking about, yo, this is the biggest blood in America.
It's one of those famous videos,
yes,
too.
exactly.
I forgot exactly what happened in the video.
It is kind of crazy. So, boom. Peanut is also one of Rich Homie Quan's like best friends. Like they all grew up, Peanut, they all were entangled through that Think It's a Game entity, you know what I'm saying, in the streets. They were all tied in. So when the street beef happened, Young Thug allegedly kills Peanut. Now it breaks up the love, because in the clip that came out of Rich Homie Quan talking to investigators, he's like, listen, I ain't no, this is the craziest statement. These motherfuckers talking to the police talking about, I ain't no rat, I'm just keeping it real with y'all. That is the craziest shit I ever heard. I ain't no rat, I'm just keeping it real with y'all. Y'all being the police is crazy. Y'all niggas is wild, but not the point. So he like, man, he said, I love Young Thug. He said, but he literally said, like, yo, he killed my man. Like he got my man's killed. He says this in the video, like, I love Young Thug, but he got my man's killed. He said, and it's deeper than rap with me and P. He said, it's deeper than rap with me and Nut. And it made so much sense why that conglomerate just completely dissipated. Because Rich Homie Quan didn't want nothing to do with that beef, and shit, he told, like, it makes sense. He had to get the fuck up out of there. You know what I'm saying?
He definitely, he disappeared after that.
He disappeared.
He literally did, like, even in general, like, not even just Rich Gang. He disappeared.
Right. He dropped like one big song, and that was like probably like a year or two later, and it was Save That Money with Lil Dicky and Fetty Wap. They made a really big song, huge video. They spent like $30 on a video that ended up doing like 500 million views. But it's just crazy to see that Rich Homie this whole time has spoke to investigators 8 years ago. Like, and it's crazy because this video came out the day he was performing with Lil Boosie and Webby. So we don't know if that performance happened. We don't know what happened.
I know, but, you know, Boosie, how he feel about that.
But the streets is fucking running rampant right now. Everything, they're alleging Young Thug snitched. I don't know if you heard about that. There's a detective that's famous from First 48, the Atlanta division. The show, if y'all don't know about First 48, go check it out. Yeah, First 48, though, it's the show about murders in different neighborhoods and how they have 48 hours to find out any leads to that murder. And one of the most famous detectives from that show is getting on the stand to testify to say that Young Thug gave him information when he was 16. Now, I don't understand what the fuck that has to do with the RICO case and why they're trying to paint Young Thug as a snitch now, which is it's throwing me off and it's feeling like a low blow. It's like, why the fuck is the judge and why the fuck is the prosecutors trying to paint Young Thug as a rat now?
like
when the whole situation is to get
is
to get him in jail. What the fuck are y'all pointing out that he's a rat?
I think it's trying to beat a dead horse. It doesn't. I don't even think it makes sense. Like, how is that worthy to the prosecution's cause? Because he's the big fish. You feel me? They didn't even offer him a plea deal because he's the one you want.
Right.
So what does that have to do with anything?
See, but what I'm thinking is, it's so these motherfuckers play checkers, bro. I mean, they play chess, bro. Yeah. They play fucking chess. What I'm thinking is, they're trying to paint Young Thug as a snitch in order to get more people to feel like, oh, if he ratted, I'm ratting. Fuck that. I ain't staying silent for a nigga that's a rat. That's what I think. That's one part, and I think also the same way they realized how quick they destroyed Gunna's career, or how much they've impacted. I don't want to say they destroyed it necessarily just yet, but the way that they impacted Gunna's career, they're trying to do that to Thug now too. Because I truly feel, I'm not too much into conspiracy theories, but for that one video leak of Gunna testifying like that, not getting on the stand and saying everything he said on the stand, for that video to leak and for that camera footage to be so well put on him, and there to be no, like, there's been no word of who released that footage, where did it come from, where does any of this come from? Like, who's releasing this footage? Who's releasing?
And they should be locked up for that.
And that's another thing too.
You're in a courtroom.
You're in a courtroom. You're not, right. That should at least be a contempt court.
Yeah,
contempt. Like, you're not supposed to be able to record none of this shit. And even then, it's like, how the fuck are we using how are we gonna use testimony of something somebody did when they were 16? Since when the fuck was that legal?
And for what case? You feel me? Like, and for what?
Exactly. But it's what I'm saying. I think they're just trying to railroad his career. Like, oh, okay. If you want me to be real, I think Thug's coming home in about 5 years. And he already did one. I think he's going to get hit with like a 5 to 10 max. And his state time, he'll fuck around and do 5 years.
That's what you think?
I think he's coming home, bro. I think that's exactly what the problem is. I think they're scared. They're scared that their case isn't tight enough, bro. They've been on jury selection for like a year almost.
Yeah.
He's been in jail for a year and like 14 months already.
But with such a high profile case, it's hard. It's hard. You gotta get impartial jurors. It's
hard. They can't even get to start trial, bro, and they haven't even been able to pick a jury.
So it normally takes a while for a high profile case.
Yeah, nah,
you have to get somebody impartial.
And people who don't know anything.
In Atlanta.
Yeah.
He's one of the biggest artists in Atlanta.
He's one of the biggest artists in the world.
That's what. But world. No, but I'm saying, imagine it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's hard to get people impartial.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, because you're right. The jurors have to be from Georgia, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think they have to be jury of peers. I think they have to be from Georgia.
I'm not too sure, but I mean that would make sense.
But they have to abide by Georgia law. They're gonna import people.
I mean, I don't know, because like you said, the case is big. I mean, I imagine OJ from everywhere for real. Like, I'm thinking about his case. I'm gonna have to look into that. Can jurors be from other states?
I don't know.
I feel like they could be if it's that big of a case. But maybe if it's federal, I don't know if it's state. It might be a little different.
Yeah, because it is. Rico is a state.
Yeah, we gotta always keep reiterating that. But I don't know, man. It's spooky because even when like the YW Melly case and there was some footage that leaked of him telling when he was 15. I'm like, how is that legal? That is a child. Like, that's a child.
And how did they even? I'm surprised. How did the judge even allow that?
The judge didn't allow the YNW Melly that didn't get put up in court. That just leaked on its own outside of court.
Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't in court. Doug's situation came out of court, and it's the same thing though, because it was a child, but they don't have the actual footage of it. That's the thing. They just got a detective that's willing to testify that he did tell.
I don't even know how the judge even allowed that in court. What relevance does it proceed to the?
And that's what I'm saying. It feels like they're just throwing shit against the wall to see if it sticks. They're like, let's just see if it sticks, and that's what makes me feel like Doug gonna come home, man. I don't think they're gonna be able to stick him on any of the good charges, the big charges. I don't see
that. Conspiracy is different charge. It's different, bro.
Nah, you're 100%
Rico's is
right.
different. That's what I'm saying. They just got to provide you that knowledge.
Yeah.
He rented the car, allegedly. He rented the rental car. He was allegedly right around the corner. Yeah. They got, you feel me?
I don't know though, man. It could. You never know. It could be a little bit of everything. You know, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because it ain't about proving that he didn't do it. It's just giving some doubt. Let's give some reasonable doubt that he didn't have.
And it doesn't help when do you think Gunna is the only person taking the stand? Absolutely not.
Oh, no, everybody took the stand.
I'm saying,
and that's what this is. That's what this is showing, man. Everybody, like,
when your back is up against the wall,
motherfuckers is going. Motherfuckers is going. But it really did hurt me to see Rich Homie Quan tell like that. I'm not gonna lie, because it's just like, damn, all this time, 7-8 years, and he just been chilling, like nothing happened. Like he just acted like he just departed, fell back. Like, nah, nigga, you was out here telling. That's tough.
So they played that in court, is what you're saying? Or like it was a leak.
I believe it was just leaked. I don't think it's been put. Yeah,
because that's part of it. No. Because that's evidence in the trial.
Yeah, no. It's been put up in court because Rich Homie Quan was one of the. They had like 100 and some witnesses. He's listed as one of the witnesses.
That's what I'm saying. Bro.
Yeah. So yeah, he's listed as one of the witnesses.
5-10 years, they got 120 witnesses. Come on.
I don't know, but my son got that.
I'm being realistic.
My son got that bag though, man. I don't know, man. One thing I learned is that money will get you out of some shit.
Yeah, all right.
Money will get you out of some shit. Getting a 5-year sentence is not beating the case. But essentially, compared to what you was facing, that's beating the case.
What do you mean? That is absolutely beating the case.
Yeah, compared.
No, that is absolutely beating the case.
Yeah, some motherfuckers just, I don't know, man.
What is he facing? He got to be facing 25. He got to be facing something crazy.
He's facing something crazy.
He has to be. He has to be.
I don't know, man.
That's what I'm saying. Yo,
Jeffrey, man.
This to be continued, but I'm just being realistic about the situation. I think he's kaput.
He's kaputs?
I think so, man. I'm being realistic about it.
Well, I mean, at least on the bright side, my son Boosie look like he having a good time. Boosie he out on house arrest. He's back doing shows, back doing interviews, back living regular life.
You see, he bought his attorneys at BT Awards.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
He was like, yo, look at Boosie, just happy to be here.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. So I was just watching. I don't know if you ever keep up with No Jumper. You ever watch No Jumper?
Yeah.
Adam 22.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know about Adam 22's lifestyle. So he has the. You been hearing what's going on?
Yeah.
The story's brewing.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So Adam 22, if y'all don't know, he owns No Jumper, one of the biggest hip hop outlets on YouTube, and he does OnlyFans porn. He's also a porn star. Him and his wife. You know what I'm saying? He just got married like a month ago.
Yeah.
And him and his wife are porn stars, but she's only filmed with him the last 6 years since she started, and they've also been having like literally.
Chill. I feel like she was in films before him.
No, she didn't start doing actual pornography professionally until she got with him.
Okay,
so. They've literally had over 100 threesomes with women. Like, and not just threesomes, 4 sons, other girls, like just 3-4 girls at a time, sometimes 2 girls, whatever. And Adam's been living his best fucking life. You know what I'm saying? Wifey here, she's trying to fuck 3 bitches. It's lit. Bring them all here. We're gonna record this, and we're gonna make a bag off this. Are you shitting me? We're gonna make 6 figures a month selling this. It's lit. So.
I seen.
In the midst of all this, Adam also subscribes to the idea of going 50-50. So him and his shorty go 50-50. The whole time they've been together, they go 50-50. His shorty has the OnlyFans money. That's her OnlyFans. He has the No Jumper money. That's just through him, you know? So in the midst of all this, they end up getting married. And as soon as they get back from they had a month-long honeymoon, they get back and it comes out that Adam gave her the blessing to film with another porn star, or another male porn star. So it's funny because last episode we was talking about this, and we was talking about, would you let your girl go do what she wants to do? You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, in his case, it was to further her career. It's to they're gonna make way more money off this, and it's
the
just
attention and everything.
The attention is gonna get the media storm, and it's correct. We're talking about it here. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of crazy. What do you think about it? If your wifey was a porn star, would you only want her to film? Because think about it, she's a porn star. This is her livelihood. This is the money. This is how she's gonna pay her 50-50. Would you rather allow her, give it a blessing, or would your pride still not let you, even though you're a porn star? Keep in mind, you have the mind frame of a porn star. You fucked hundreds of bitches on camera.
I'm in the mind frame of a porn star.
Yes. Would you mind you, the nigga that she fucked is like 7 feet tall. Let's keep this in mind. He's a 7 foot tall, muscular Tyrone looking motherfucker, tatted up, 7 feet tall porn star. Are you letting? What do you think? What are your thoughts?
So my thoughts are, and I'm going 50-50 already.
Yeah, we're going 50-50.
I'm about to say, because I'm not a 50-50 type of nigga.
I know, right? Exactly. So you got to keep a lot of these things on. It's a money play. But you know, she wanted to do that. Like,
of course.
It ain't just about the money. There's no way, bro. Like, she wanted to do that. At the end of the day, it's sex. She wanted to do that.
I don't know.
Can you swallow your pride? Because Adam's been taking it well, man. He's been taking this shit on the chin.
He's been taking it well.
Shout out to him.
And he's playing a long game, feel me?
Yeah, for sure.
It's a long game.
For sure.
It's a long game.
At the end
but I'm trying to put myself in this situation, but that's not a situation I'd see myself in.
Yeah, because, bro, porn, like, your baby mother, like, doing porno on camera, like, one day, them kids gonna grow up. Yeah. And another little kid's gonna run up to your son. or your daughter and be like, yo, your mom's sucking dick. Yo, what the fuck? Like, this is not your father. Your mother's sucking mad dick right here. Like, what the fuck? Yo, bro, I don't know, son. I don't know if my heart could take no shit like that, bro.
Nah, man, I don't know. My pride, I don't know.
Because like I said, I could deal with a woman wanting to step out and go do some shit. I just don't need to really know about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good. Fuck with knowing about it. This shit is on camera.
On camera.
Nigga, I might run into this snippet. I might run into this snippet by accident.
On 4K.
Oh no, Adam, you better than me, gang. You better than me.
You better than me. You talk about sneaking around.
And just go do your thing. I don't even know. Because that's the thing though. Some bitches gonna cheat regardless. So it's like, hey, would you rather her cheat and you still affording for you paying for everything she got going on? Or would you rather go fuck a nigga on camera and she's paying half this $10,000 mortgage?
In reality, for me, if she gonna cheat, then she going back to the streets.
She going back to the streets.
One-way ticket. Out of here.
Oh, man.
Kaputs.
Okay, but this ain't cheating, though. You gave her the blessing.
No, I'm talking.
I know, but I'm saying, like, all right, now, this ain't cheating. You gave her the blessing.
Yeah, I mean, if I gave her the blessing, what could I really do? You feel me?
I don't know if this is gonna work for him in the long run. I think he's putting up a good front right now. Let's see how this ends up working.
But I don't know, because at the same time, feel me, him and his wife done ran through hella Johns.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things that you gotta put in. And she's allowed him to fuck bitches by himself too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's been able to film with girls by himself.
I didn't know that. I mean,
yeah, and they put it on her only. She's pimping this nigga. I ain't gonna lie.
Legit,
that's pimping this nigga. She's like, you can fuck this bitch, but it gotta be on camera, and I gotta make money off of it,
and it gotta be on mine.
Like that's tough.
That's
a win-win. It's a win-win. I get to get some.
That's
okay.
Tough.
Wifey, no, I don't even gotta consider it cheating. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he had to take a big big hit to his ego and just allow.
But yeah, he's taking the brunt of it. But I feel like it's different when you're in that type of world. You feel me?
Yeah, no.
That type of world is different,
for sure.
You know, and like I said, it's a power play for him. You feel me? Do you think they gonna continue? She gonna continue? I don't know.
I think it's a slippery slope, and it's only gonna get worse from here, gang.
It's only gonna get slipperier.
And shit, not for nothing too that bad. You never know, man, because apparently she's making 6 figures a month off that shit. You know what I'm saying? If wifey making 6 figures a month, I'd be a hater to make that shit stop. Like,
see, for me, that's the thing. Like, it ain't about the money.
Yeah,
it ain't about the money. People,
and he's already a millionaire.
I'm saying, for me, for me, like, it's not about the bag. It's not about the bag. It's just, for me, there's things that are bigger than money.
Yeah,
you feel me? Like, oh, making all this money, like, okay, but you know, I feel like in general, like, you have to find somebody that aligns with your morals and values. Yeah. Everyone's morals and values are different.
Yeah,
I respect. I've said on this platform so many times. I feel like people should do what they want to do in life, as long as they're not hurting anybody or themselves. You feel me? You just got to find someone that aligns with your morals and values. And like I said, for me, it ain't about the money. You feel me? For me, it's more about my morals and values, and that's just me. You feel me? Everyone has their own. I don't care. 6 figures, that don't mean nothing to me. I don't care about that. I can go. We make money.
Yeah, we're gonna figure that out before I let you get piped out on camera.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
Hey man,
but then again, in his shoes, I'm not a porn star. Feel me? So like, feel me? He's in that industry. I'm not in that industry. But I'm talking about me in general. Like, do you think you could date a sex worker?
Yeah,
You think you date a sex worker?
I ain't gonna lie. I done fucked with a girl that high key was a sex worker. I'm not going front.
No. Seriously though,
I ain't gonna say I was too serious.
This is serious. I'm talking about like seriously, like, feel me, like your girl or whatever. Feel me? I'm not talking about just messing with.
I think I could, to be honest.
Okay,
I think I could, depending on how freaky this bitch is and if she cooks and cleans. If she clean the crib, it's fucking lit. Clean the crib, it's fucking lit. That's music to my ears. Clean the fucking crib.
I respect
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But it depends because, man, for real, like, truth be told, these sex worker hoes, like, I don't even want to call that was a bad statement. these sex worker women, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times they be cleaner than the bitches that is running the streets.
What?
Because most of especially a professional sex worker,
a porn star, they're one of the
they
cleanest.
get tested like twice a week.
They have to.
Literally, they get tested before every scene. They have to, and they don't get tested by just any old urgent care. They have to go to a specific one that does different level of panel work. They're taking blood, piss, hair strands, all types of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So not for nothing. And same thing with a sex worker. They're using a condom 99.9% of the time. And when I say using a condom, I'm talking about they giving head with a condom. They're doing all of that shit.
What pornos you see where they do getting head with a condom?
I'm not talking about just porn. I'm talking about sex. I'm talking about bitches that is selling pussy on the blade. Right. Like, I'm talking about bitches that is in a hotel right now selling that thing.
That's a fact.
They sucking dick with condoms on. You know what I'm saying? You go overseas and shit. You want to you in a club in DR? Yeah. Guess what? You gonna get your dick sucked with a condom for this $150. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. But I say that to say it's like, hey, if she's sucking dick with a condom, fucking a condom, basically all she did was fuck a dildo. She sucked and fucked the dildo. Let's be real. Let's be real. Think about it. She ain't even touched this nigga's skin at all, basically. Literally.
Okay.
Think about that. Now, you got the average Joe Schmo girl, 19, 20 years old. She done fucked 3-4 niggas this week, went to a rap show, got called on stage. She went and fucked that nigga. Now she running around with 2-3 different diseases you don't even know about. And guess what? You gonna fuck her if you run into at the club next week. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. They're not. No. They're definitely, in general, women in that space, or people in that space in general, are a lot cleaner because they have to be.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's their livelihood.
That's what I'm saying. I know.
But all going back to say, would you date a sex worker seriously?
I think I could. But I would have to. I don't know where my brain would be at. Like, it would have to make sense. Like, I don't know. Right now, where I'm at in life, I don't think so. But like, could I in the past? Yes. Could I in the future? Maybe. I don't know. But right now, no, absolutely not. Not right now. No.
Okay. That's respect.
Not with the age my kids at. Nah. I can't.
I respect that.
I don't think I could right now. Maybe later though. Maybe later. I don't know, son. Because it's like, yo, bro, you can't say no to no to nothing, man. Hey, look, all these porn star bitches do end up getting married. They do end up, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've known retared prostitutes that went and had whole families. You know what I'm saying?
Of
like,
course.
I used to work at a money agency, Western Union,
Money Exchange,
and I was working in Queens. And if you don't know, Queens is like the land of the prostitutes. Like, on top of the fact that it's like the land, it's basically South America. It's fucking South America. Like, there's such a strong population of women that are out there that are fucking gorgeous. I'm talking about Colombian, El Salvadorian, Ecuadorian, Brazilian. They got fucking, like, just all types of flavors of Venezuelan bitches you never seen. You don't see people from Venezuela. In Queens, you will.
Venezuela.
In Queens, there will be a whole community of these motherfuckers. And you get to know them. And I remember, like, some of our biggest clients that would come in and drop big bags off would be, like, these women with the body done, teeth done. And this is 2010, 2011.
So they got money.
I didn't even understand what was going on. I'm like, yo, why does she look like that? I used to be in love. And my mom would be like, yeah, she's a prostitute. I'd be like, what? She's a what? Like, yeah, you know, like, that's how they support their family. They come out here, they fuck for money, and they go back home. I mean, they send that money back home.
Yeah.
So I seen it, and then and these women would come in with what you would consider high value men. Niggas is coming in rolled up, and big watches on, big cars, beautiful everything, and it's like, them people clearly know what they're dealing with. She's a sex worker, so it's like,
you're right. Listen. There's somebody for everyone.
And if you see some of these bitches, bro, you will forgive a lot about their past. I ain't gonna lie.
There is somebody for everyone.
Yeah.
Somebody for everyone. So, I'm just talking about you.
Do you consider a stripper a sex worker?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
That's where my brain was at when I said,
absolutely.
I've dealt with sex workers.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna get canceled.
Absolutely.
But I mean, is stripper sex work?
Yes. Absolutely sex work.
It is,
OnlyFans,
right?
Sex work, yes.
No, OnlyFans is definitely sex work. You selling
You can be doing whatever on OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, I mean, stripping might be even more sex work than OnlyFans.
That's what I'm saying.
OnlyFans is virtual. You don't ever get to touch me. Stripper, come touch these titties. Give me a couple dollars. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Come smack my ass on.
Yeah, you're right.
There's definitely sex work. Absolutely. Just because they're not actually piping doesn't mean that's not sex work.
Hey, let's be real though. A lot of these clubs is actually piping, respectfully. Let's talk about it. Listen, you go to Miami, they fucking in the strip club. Respectfully.
Depends.
No. They fucking in the strip club in Miami.
If your bag big enough.
No, they fucking for 200. Anybody could go get 200, 250, 230. Listen, I'm not gonna name the clubs because shout out to them clubs. But just know, Miami gets busy, nigga. Miami, them back rooms, be careful. Be careful. I'm telling you, if she telling you the lap dance is 300, we not lap dancing. You fucking. I'm trying to tell you. 300, 350, you fucking. And if they tell you anything over that, you definitely fucking. Or you just might be a simp and they think they gonna get this nigga.
You just be tricking. You
could just be a trick. Because you do see the old head niggas out in the back, you know what I'm saying, coming out the back with the suits. And I'm like, I can only imagine what that nigga paid.
Listen, I gotta give it to the strippers because they talk about like therapists. People feel me? People come in with their problems.
These women are therapists.
Like what? A lot of their day to day is just listening to people.
Yeah, and literally just that.
Because a lot of times people come in with problems, they just want somebody to talk to.
I got a homie that used to come to my crib. Shout out to him. I don't want to give his name out because I don't know if you want this information out. You know what I'm saying? But I got a homie. He used to come through every Friday, come get tatted. Literally, he came to my crib probably like 40 Fridays in a row. Like this thing come get tattooed. It was like 2013, 2014, and he would come to my crib. Come get tatted,
go to the
strip club, and then go work overnight. I'm like, what the fuck you got going on, gang? And he'll be like, no. He actually would come from work to my crib, get tatted, and then go to the strip club, then go to sleep or whatever. Another point. Point is, he would go to the strip club every Friday, and he'd be like, yeah, I just go over there, spend my little $50, $60. I talked to one girl. He said, I got two different girls. I talked to two different strip clubs. That he just goes there to get a good conversation.
That's what I'm saying. No.
Like, literally to get a good conversation and to be around some titties and some liquor. You feel me? Get a drink, give her $30, and I'm out of here. Get a drink or two and $30, and I'm out of here. And it's like, shout out to them women because, for real, you don't know what them conversations really are doing for some of these people. Some of these people feel completely caged in.
Yeah,
they got a wife at the crib, girlfriend, or whatever. They got a lot of stress.
A lot of people be going through it. Like, yo, I need somebody.
Just
being in that environment. Like,
yeah, and you're right. Just being able to speak to a beautiful woman is not possible for a lot of these guys. And yes, they understand that they're paying for it, but they're willing to pay what's $50, $60 as to opposed to feeling like I got to blow my brains out because I can't speak to anybody. And no woman that looks like this would even bat an eye at me because I might not be the most attractive or I might not be the most interesting. You know what I'm saying? And even though it's a forged relationship where like they're only talking to me because I'm paying, hey, that attention is worth something.
Yeah, yo, it's funny. I have a friend that's a stripper. Mm-hmm. And we were gonna go somewhere like a bunch of us were getting together. We about to go do something, and I had to pick her up at the spot. Like she worked during the day. I picked up.
Those are the therapists for sure.
5, 6 p.m. I'm like, all right, how this about to look? I walk in there, bro, it's lit. It was like a Wednesday. I'm like, yo.
Yeah, bro, niggas go to strip clubs for lunch breaks and shit.
I know, bro.
Like corporate offices. Yo, we going down the block to Wings, get wings at the strip club.
I walk in, I'm like, dudes with suits on right after work. I'm like, yo,
happy hour, all that.
It's lit here. And then I chilled there at the bar for like an hour or whatever, getting drink, waiting for her to finish.
That's way too long at the strip club.
Nah, it's a trap. It's a trap.
Exactly. Now you down 100, 150. Listen, and you still gotta go hang with her.
The strip club is the longer you there, it's like, please, let's go. Yeah. You go to ATM once.
I got a 20-minute maximum at strip clubs. Facts. Facts.
And I walk out, I forgot it was still bright outside.
Yes, that shit will fuck your day.
I forgot it was still bright outside. I'm like, how is it still bright outside?
Yeah, that shit is crazy. That reminds me of like when I was in Brazil, motherfucking, not even fuck Brazil. I remember I went to the club in DR, motherfucking shit. I remember we showed up to the club 2 o'clock in the morning. We woke inside, this shit is dead. Niggas like, yo, why y'all here so early? We like, what you mean? A couple girls walked up to the bartender. They're like, why y'all here so early? I'm like, early? What time the party start? They're like, oh, it don't really like get started till like 3:30. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? So we waited outside, got some food, went back inside. It was like 3:30. Shit is calm. Yo, around 5 o'clock, these niggas is popping bottles. They pulling out streams. There's balloons. There's a dragon flying around us. Shit. I'm like, yo, what is going on? Yo, bro, we ain't leave the spot till 7 o'clock in the morning. Walk outside, it's broad daylight. Like, yo, it's been daylight for some hours now. Like, it's just like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, how the fuck are we partying like this? Like, it's just different. So I know exactly what you mean. Walking out the club, you're like, yo, what the fuck? It's still daylight? Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, no, I was at the bar. I got 2 drinks, but nah, bro, that's just a trap. I'm just like trying to have the tunnel vision. You can't make no eye contact. Like, no. It's over.
Hell.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Definitely, I definitely could date a stripper. I don't think I'd mind it.
I respect it.
I wouldn't. I don't think. I know I wouldn't mind it because I've been in them situations before, actually. Like, and yeah. So, would I date a sex worker right now? I think I could actually.
I respect it.
Because when I'm thinking about sex work, I was thinking about actual prostitutes and shit. I'm like,
there's gray areas.
Or retired prostitutes. You know what I'm saying? Because every great pimp gets one of his hoes pregnant. Every great pimp. You know what I'm saying? Once they retire them, they get them pregnant. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're very well aware. That woman has
she got her banner raised in the rafters already. Yeah. She hung it up.
Right. She got her jersey up in the rafters. Facts, man. But listen, man, it's been a hell of an episode. We done went through a couple topics. We started off from affirmative action to will you date a stripper or a sex worker? You see anything and everything in between. You know what I'm saying?
Literally everything in between.
But listen, it's been 4th of July. Hopefully this rain clears up, man. I'm trying to go outside. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to barbecue and all that. You know what I'm saying?
What you want?
Huh?
What you want?
Shit, I'm about to figure it out. I gotta go pick my son up right now. Everybody go get some haircuts and all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling real dusty right now. So we about to go handle all that, man. It's been a great episode 71, man. We appreciate
great
y'all.
Episode. Thank you guys so much.
And it's been a Free Gems podcast, man. Next week next episode. Guest coming, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, special guest, stay tuned.
Matter of fact, I ain't even going to announce it yet, you know what I'm saying? We're going to make sure he coming in first, you know what I'm saying? Special surprise for y'all next week, man. Appreciate y'all. Everybody like, subscribe, comment, do all that good shit, share.
Thank you guys so much.
We appreciate y'all, man. And we are gone.
We out of here.
We gone.